is now the very witching hour of night. When churchyards yawn. Now might I drink hot blood. I am Dracula. I was their darkest fear for centuries. I, to my shame, chanced to glimpse humanity. From that moment I was lost to regain my reputation. I decided to throw a party to end all parties, an act that would unleash forces even I could not control.
Simon McKeown, I'm the writer and director of Christmas Draculas. I watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show one night and I said I'd love to make a film in that kind of vein, in that kind of genre. I love cult cinema, you see, so maybe I thought if I could go out there and make a film, try and intentionally make kind of a cult film so wacky and out there it could work. Started researching all these classic cult movies, and every time I went to research them I always got brought back to old school Hammer horror. They seem to be like the foundations at the end of all cult cinema. So I said, you know what, let's look at the basics. So I came up with an idea of maybe making a film with Dracula, but maybe we could put him into like a modern setting. And like, well, what's the one thing we all want to do? We all love our egos, we all want reputations. And nowadays, what's the best and quickest and cheapest way to get a good reputation is by throwing a shit-hot party. So I said, maybe Dracula should try throwing a party of some sort. So I said, why is he throwing the party? Because the Grim Reaper threw a better party. Now Dracula wants to throw a better party. But what type of party? Halloween. And then Michael O'Dowd said at Christmas, I said, alright, Christmas of Dracula's, that's the title, Dracula throws a Christmas party, it goes wrong. So I wrote a draft and then I kind of refined it, and from then it kind of tumbleweed into the film it is now. By and large, we've been lucky in the fact that a lot of people helped us out wherever they could. I think the main challenge again was the fact, the lack of resources we had. Like as I said, it was shot on one camera, recorded with one H4 sound recording device, and edited on one Mac, so it was against us. We're going to send it off to festivals. We're aiming for international festivals, kind of niche market festivals, kind of like, I suppose, kind of like the B Hammer Horror festivals and kind of small underground festivals. I googled Christmas Draculas one day and someone said, download the film illegally, and I went, oh, that's pretty cool, pretty chuffed. The film isn't finished editing yet and somehow someone has managed to do that. I wonder who it could be. I clicked on it and then it said enter credit card details. I went, oh, nice one, lads. So I left a comment saying, could you please take this down? Yours sincerely, the film's fucking director. So I was pretty chuffed that people already want to legally download it.
My name is Conor Dwane and I played Dracula in Christmas of Draculas. And we had a lot of talented people who gave their time for free, so we were very lucky in that way. So the highlight for me was editing. I love the editing part of it. Myself and Simon spent a year, once we'd finished filming, we spent a year editing it. Now we did come back and do a couple of pickup shots when we saw what was lacking in the edit. The fact that we got it completed against all the odds was miraculous, to be honest with you. You know what it's like? It's, you know, when these Hollywood movies do, they get an audience and they get a reaction from the audience and see what happens. Well, that's what we're doing here. So I think we're probably going to go back and look at it again, edit it a bit more. I think we're going to shorten it a bit. From my reaction anyway, my initial reaction is right, we need to shorten it and sort out a few little details just from my point of view.
My name is Cormac Brennock and I was the sound recordist and composer and audio editor. Because I'm one of the few people that has transport, namely a van, my job was to collect lights, stands, food, people, and transport them, set things up. Also, I suppose with a technical background in engineering, a lot of the things like power loads and things were left to me as well. So yeah, catering. Oh yeah, I did a bit of catering as well, making 5 loaves of sandwiches and eating 40 pancakes, and yeah, I did all that. Yeah, we shot it guerrilla style. We didn't, get permission from the Gardaí to do a lot of stuff. We just went out and did it. We got away with it. But we use common sense. We're good guys. A lot of it was getting up early in the morning when things are quiet, or very late at night when things are quiet. Also, Simon was very clever on his locations. He picked locations where we wouldn't be disturbed much. Sometimes I would think about my life when I'm out and hanging off a ceiling or something with a microphone, waiting for action to happen so as I can stay out of shot. In the initial College Road, there was a pre-shoot of Christmas at Dracula's, and some of those things went on all night. Yeah, it was like being a student again. That's what I liked about it. Initially, it made me feel young again because these guys were full of sophomoric college humour, and it just made me feel like being a young fella again. It was great. I enjoyed their company. That's actually the reason why I stayed. They're fun guys, yeah. Good thing, I've a feature film on my CV. Well, I have 2 or 3 of them now on my CV, and I've gained an awful lot of experience. I would approach certain scenes much, much differently now, having gone through them. In hindsight, is a great learner.
My name is John O'Callaghan, and I'm a production assistant. I was an extra, and in a film like this, we all did a lot of different things. And some days I would be helping with lights. Yeah, I'm not sure what my official job was, to be honest with you. I watched the credits and I wondered what they would call me. The castle scenes, the actual inside the party scenes. We shot that in a tower house out in Carricktool. And we were in there for a week, not even the whole week. We just had the place from 8 to 5 every day. And we shot about 50 pages of the script in 4 days. We got to stay until 7 the last day, just because the guy who ran the castle liked us, and we were good about our stuff. All that bloodshed you saw in the film, cleaned up immediately. We had brains and innards lying all over the place, and within 5 minutes it'd be cleaned up spotless. You can go to that castle today, and you'd never know how many people died there. The script got written a few times during the making of it. But it was all a very field, trial and error no, trial and error isn't right. It was being blindfolded on a bridge without railings. And, just always stepping along, a creaky bridge. And you're just everybody's always stepping along, just saying, all right. Everybody's okay, we're leaning too far to this side. Send the fat people that way. All right, no, that's too many of them. Send a couple skinny ones this way. And, it's the whole thing, all the way through. 2.5 years of production. Because it was about 1.5 years of rehearsals. And, just going to, the costumes, how much everything changed as it went along.
My name is Anna Sasson, and I was the makeup artist in Christmas at Dracula's. We shot 4 days in Barry's Cork Castle. It was just before Easter, and it was so cold. And it was coming up to Easter. I was thinking about buying Easter eggs for the children. The snow was falling in from the sky, and we were going to this castle, a big, huge castle with a big Christmas tree all decked out for Christmas. And it was the 4 most fun days ever, but we were so cold. But we had a great crack. I made brilliant friends for life. We're filming this for 3 years, I think, and I made really good friends. I mean, Simon and Mike and Cahill. Do I know you, Donovan? I love him to death. This is my daughter on the poster. She's lying in front of Dracula, and she's supposed to be dead looking, and she's so fucking pretty. She got into the poster, and I'm so proud of it. It was a labour of love between all of us. We worked for nothing. Low budget. It looks like a proper film. It looks amazing. The soundtrack, it's all original music. We got the Audible Joes, Cork Punk Band. They're up and coming Cork Punk Band, and they're unreal.
My name is Cahill O'Donovan. I've been involved with this film from the start. I was originally going to play Frankenstein, but after the first version of the film was scrapped when we started, I wasn't available to take the role again, so a different actor took it instead. I was the casting director for the crowd scenes, where at the start of the film where all the townspeople are outside Dracula's house yelling at him. I was the one who was making all the phone calls, getting together, whatever it was, 20, 40, something like that, people together in the one spot and getting it the right coats and stuff so they could all look like villagers. And I was very happy with that because it looks great on camera. I did some more work here and there as a casting director for them. And definitely that was my favourite part of working on this production, because as an actor I didn't do much. I turned up here and there as like a zombie, or I was Jimmy Savile in one scene. That was fun. I'm really hoping that doesn't typecast. I'm probably typecast as a zombie rather than as Jimmy Savile, if I had to choose off a menu.
My name is Emmett O'Brien. I played the very small role, blink and you miss a cameo of Harold Shipman, the famous serial killer. I'm just very good friends with Mike and Simon. I make films myself, and Mike has been in one of them so far, or two of them actually, and I just know them through the scene. I love pulp. I love kind of old-fashioned films. I love the Hammer horror stuff. So, in particular, the beginning really spoke to me. The kind of old RKO kind of horror stuff. So I really enjoyed. Visually, I thought it was brilliant, especially no budget. Really happy with it.
My name is Joe Lyons. I appeared 3 times in the film. I appeared as Van Helsing, Vlad the Impaler, and a zombie. What's great about this film is you'll see actors from all over Cork. If you're into the film scene yourself, you'll recognise people along the way. It's just fun to watch.
Kevin Cronin, aka Mr. Crow. Michael O'Dowd stood out as a fantastic actor. I know the man a long time. He done very, very good in my opinion. And the Dracula character, Conor Dwane, the two of them really pulled it off.
Dermot MacAlsonder, and I was kind of the MC of Death. I introduced the Invisible Man, and I was also in one of the zombie scenes and the scene with Norman Bates in the bar. Well, it was all really good, but it was just to see all the people and see how the camera worked, how Simon worked with all the actors, and see like the great lighting effects. You could see how it was going to look in the final version. You kind of had an idea of it. And here's some of the actors, they were really great. Being in the film is its own reward.
Name is Shea Begley. I love the style of it. You know, some of them look like old gothic, especially Dracula's house, and brilliant. And that's not easy in Cork to do.
Lillian Courtney. I did find Michael O'Dowd, he was excellent, because I would know him as he is himself. So he was such a good actor that I didn't recognise him for a while because of his accent and the image that he portrayed. It was so good. I met Simon about 4 years ago when he had this dream in his mind that he was going to make a film, because we all make shorts, but nobody ever thought of making a feature film, so without a budget. And it's so surprising and so thrilled for him that he actually went through hit by tsunamis financially and everything, trying to get everything together, and that it all pulled through tonight for the launch. It was a fantastic feeling for all of us. I absolutely adored Conor Dwane. He's such a fantastic actor, and even his accent, he portrayed the whole feature film and took over his aura, took over the whole feature. It was excellent.
And I will have my revenge.
Christmas at Dracula's will be showing in the UCC Boole Basement from Wednesday the 22nd to Friday the 24th of April at 8 p.m. Tickets are €10 with concession tickets at €5. All proceeds are being donated to the St Vincent de Paul Society. Trailers for Christmas at Dracula's can be seen on YouTube. This has been a podcast by Grant March. For more reports on what's happening in Cork, please check out my Facebook page, Inside Cork.